Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We going to the top, to the top, to the top. What's going on, Peep Squad? How you guys doing? What is happening? There is so much going on. What is going on with Thee Stallion? Like, this is crazy. She done came out and she done told us what's up and what's going on. So let's check this situation out. I was like, Lord have mercy, what is really happening? Like, Megan done dropped the dime. She is actually out here telling. She ain't playing around. I was like, Megan done came. I don't know what Tory did. Tory said something. He did something. And, you know, she is not happy with the situation, point blank, period. I was like, Lord, have mercy. What is going on? Like, yeah, this is crazy.
Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit. Stop lying. Why lie? I don't understand. I tried to keep the situation off the internet, but you dragging it. You really fucking dragging it. Motherfuckers talking about I hit this. I never hit you. Motherfuckers was like, oh, she mad because he was trying to fuck with Kylie. No, I wasn't. Like, you dry shot me. Like, everybody in the car, it's only 4 motherfuckers in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This in the back seat. I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I'll get out. I'm walking away. This from out the back seat of the car started shooting me. You shot me. I ain't get cut by no glass, but let me tell you why they saying that. When the police, because the people in the neighborhood, there's a witness. When the police came, because the neighbors called the police. This did not happen at Kylie's house. This happened damn near back at the house I was staying at. I was just trying to get home. We was 5 minutes away from my spot. The police come. I'm scared. All this shit going on with the police. The police is shooting motherfuckers for anything. The police was literally killing black people for no motherfucking reason. Soon as the police tell us all get out the motherfucking car, the police is really aggressive. You think I'm about to tell the police that we, us black people, got a gun in the car? You want me to tell the laws that we got a gun in the car so they can shoot all of us up? Yeah, it's a fucking helicopter over us and some more shit. Why the fuck would I tell the laws somebody got a gun in this car and this shot me? So I can get shot, you can get shot, she can get shot, he can get shot. I ain't tell the police what happened immediately right then because I didn't want to die. I don't want the police to shoot me because it's a with a gun in the car. I'm leaking, I'm bleeding. Motherfucker, somebody, I'm lying, bitch. Did I pay a helicopter to come over me and record my feet leaking blood? No. How the fuck I'm gonna fake that? I didn't tell the police nothing because I didn't want us to get in no more trouble than what we was already about to get in. The fuck? I'll get to the motherfucking hospital, the police bitch being so rude to me. Well, what's going on? Like, da-da-da-da, you're being detained, da-da-da. Ma'am, I'm being detained, I'm leaking. But I'm still not saying what happened. Shit crazy. The motherfucking doctor, the police finally let me go. I ain't go to jail. Them 3 motherfuckers went to jail. I get to the hospital, the doctors do x-rays on my feet. Oh, ma'am, you got bullets in your feet, got bullet fragments in your other foot. I'm thinking the doctors is the police, so I'm still trying not to tell them, like, nah, I didn't know I got shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm scared. Like, I've never been shot before. I don't have to lie about that. Why would I lie? You want me to be a bad person so bad, and y'all motherfuckers want to believe the lie before you believe the truth. Stop trying to come on the internet acting like a black woman, a grown-ass black woman, really got any reason to be lying on another grown-ass black man when all the shit fucked up going on in the world right now. If you really want to tell the motherfucking truth, I tried to save this. Even though he shot me, I tried to spare him. And y'all motherfuckers is not sparing me. That's crack.
Well, there you have it. Megan basically tells a story about what happened. She's actually putting Tory Lanez out here in these streets. She is not playing around with him. I don't know what made her basically come out and basically say he's the one did it. Did Tory do something? Did the blogs get her to talk? Did the blogs force her? Because people was coming for her and basically, calling her out saying like, if Tory did something to you, then how come you ain't saying nothing? Oh, you out here dancing, you doing this, you doing that. So she had a whole lot going on. So something forced her to come out and say something. What made her come out and say something? But you know what? She did, and it is what it is. It's a domestic type of relationship. And I don't know how long we're going to see Tory Lanez because you already know the LAPD done got this video. They done got this footage. So therefore, it'll be a matter of time before Tory Lanez is actually probably behind bars. Something pushed her to say something. Like, what pushed her to say something? Something definitely did. So it is what it is. What do you guys think about this situation? I'm like, Lord have mercy. Like, this shit is crazy. So she done came out. She done told the world what was going on. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's good with you? Yep, she done told the world. Tory Lanez done did it. So there's no more speculation. Who did it? What? How he did it? Who did it? Tory did it, and she's telling now, and I guess right now she feels like this is the time for her to tell, and that's what she's doing. What's up, everybody? How you doing? That story had just happened, so I just wanted to talk about it because I was going live anyway, but something went down, and she said she ain't sparing him no more. I was like, damn, it's like that. So something happened. Like, was they communicating? Is she upset that people on his team are going to the blogs and saying things, or is her hand being forced to say something? Because she is speaking, baby. She is speaking, and she done told. She said she was trying to protect him. Was she gonna tell anyway? She said, I tried not to tell on him. I think the blogs done got to her. The internet done got to her. And you know what? People have been putting pressure on her. Like, why won't you say something? You're speaking up for women. You're speaking up for women's right. The Me Too movement. He's gonna do this again. He did this before about Tory Lanez. So basically, and then other people coming out saying that she was the aggressor in the situation. She may have pulled out first, or there was a scuffle over it, and then people were saying that she was towering over Tory, and she was aggressive towards him and put her hands on top of him or around him, on him, or whatever the case may be. Then people been seeing her saying that she's faking it, that she's really not injured and all this other stuff. And then she spoke yesterday and today she spoke. I guess it is what it is. Yeah, she done came out and she done told this truth. Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? Like, she came out, Megan done came out and told. She said, I wanted to spare you. I didn't want to snitch, but baby, she definitely did, and she told. She told on Mr. Tory Lanez, so it's a matter of time, because yesterday TMZ released a story that the LAPD was investigating the situation and they're speaking to people. And now today you have Miss Megan out here basically saying, yes, you did it. So she is upset with him. She's mad. It seems like they are still having issues and disputes, of course, because you put lead on me, baby, in both of my feet. So it's been a long time since, it's been almost 3 weeks, 4 weeks where she hasn't said anything, but today she felt like saying something. I'm like, damn, what is going on? Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Hey, what's up? Yep, she came through. I was like, damn, she really, she told on Tory. She done told, baby. Tory, it's a matter of time. They might be at his house. You better smoke your last. You better do your last, baby, because it seems like, it's a wrap. Like, I was like, oh shit, why, I'm like, why she didn't tell now? Like, is she mad at him? She's mad at the blogs. She think his people are talking to the blogs. What if it's just people making up stories out here on these streets to get her to talk? I think the pressure of the blogs and the pressure of people commentating on her situation and calling her out saying she's not telling the truth really forced her hand, and she got this #1 record and she can't even enjoy it. She got to be out here saying Tory did this, so we ain't gonna see Tory. What's going on, everybody? We ain't gonna see Tory. Tory is gone, baby. There's no way Tory is he's going to be deported. We know that he's going to be deported. He done already been arrested at first and charged with carrying a concealed weapon, which he is not supposed to, and a vehicle too as well. now you have Megan saying that you are actually the one that, pulled the tool. So yes, this shit is crazy. She tired of the speculation. And it's just like, damn. So, people were saying, oh, well, she's snitching too as well. People calling her a snitch. Well, she was actually involved. She was actually hurt. She was actually in a relationship with this guy. So it's totally different. It's like, oh, she can't be rapping that gangster stuff. Like, no, she was in a relationship with this dude. This dude is crazy. Tory, what's going on? How you doing that type of situation? Why are you doing all that? Leaving Kylie Jenner's house. So you were in an upscale neighborhood. Like, why would you think you can do something like that and get away with it? Why wouldn't you think, like, when you guys are both superstars, she got the number one, her and Cardi B got the number one, song right now. And you think that this was going to go away? Like, Tory, what's going on? Tory's goofy for this shit. Tory. What's the reason that she have to lie about her injuries? Well, people was just calling her out. They was just getting at her. I know that's the same thing. I want to know what they're arguing about, but people are also speculating that maybe there was a lot more involved as far as, they had a little bit more in their system too, because like what? She said she got out the car and she was walking away and then he was like, nah, and blah, blah, blah. There's so many different stories, but that's the story fresh out of her mouth. So I'm like, So now she's telling on you. Oh, shit. Tory's gonna disappear pretty soon. So let's just get to the situation. Marriage Boot Camp season 5 episode 8 is going down. You have, Kurupt is getting up out the house. He's bouncing, he's leaving, he's gone. He ain't trying to fill this situation. He need that brown stuff. He need that good stuff. And basically Tahiri's calling him out saying, you leaving because of this? You leaving because there ain't no more brown in the house? And all this other stuff. So Kurupt is out. He's going to a, hotel. He's going to stay at a hotel. And that's it. He was like, I don't want to leave, Tony, but I'm up out of here. So he's bouncing out the situation. He done gone. He done had enough. He got a ride to come pick him up. And he is leaving. It's just, it is one of them situations. He has problems. He has issues. So therefore, he can't be separated from what he likes to do. Most of the time, he can't be separated from that good old brown stuff that he liked to drink. And I was like, and it has to be something with him too as well. Like maybe the production and the producers are afraid of Kurupt too, or they're basically thinking that his situation is way much more serious than what they thought it was, that they can't contain it, and there's going to be a whole lot going on because they really kicked him and Tony out. You know what I mean? And then on top of that situation, we know Chadwick's single mother was there and she had a substance abuse issue too as well, but she was able to finish out the season. And then we have Portwood, her mother ended up ODing on the show because she was sharing, different medication with Brandy, and then Portwood, the one in the middle, I don't know their names, she had a total bad problem. She always seemed like she was like somewhere else. Her boyfriend was somewhere else. Like they was literally sharing pills and counting pills together on the show. So I guess it's much more, Kurupt situation is much more worse, or they don't want to take no accountability for it, or they think that they can't, it's just going to be even worse than what it is, because we also had, what's her name, Scrappy's mother, she had a drinking problem too when she was on the show and she was acting up. So, they had a lot of people that had issues on this show, but I guess Kurupt was way too much for them to deal with. And I guess, they was feeling like they couldn't help him. What's up? And so, what's up, everybody? What's going on, chat? And so right now you have, Tony's feeling a certain type of way. Tony's yelling, she's screaming at him, and she's like basically, oh, you gonna meet up with your friends and you gonna do this and you gonna do that. Yep, he's going. Yep, somebody's gonna come through for him. Somebody came through. He's in a hotel room. He's chilling. He's partying. He's doing the whole damn thing. He's doing the most right now. So it is what it is. He done got his ass up out that house. He ain't playing around. He is gone, baby. Addiction is addiction. So it is what it is. What's going on, Nicole Green? Instagram. What's going on, Sanders? What's going on, Chef Disaster? What's going on, Entanglement B? What is going on, Ralph? What's going on, Tony? What's going on, Kim? What's going on, Woods? So, like, you know, she's sitting here and she's yelling, she's screaming. I was like, hopefully, you know what? It's meant. Like, I don't know if she done jumped in the car with him. He picked her up around the corner, but she left. I'm just like, why couldn't they help her? So I guess they was like, she can't grow. She ain't getting no help. And she ain't, I guess they're like, you know, they can't make no money off of them. So they got rid of Kurupt and they're going to get rid of, you know, Tony. I was like, there, but Tony got kids. So she's going to go back to Vegas and see her kids, baby. And then we have Hazel E. She's in her situation. And basically, you know, she got the bad news of, you know, she's not pregnant anymore, but she's going to continue to try. And they're both hurt about the situation, but she's going to pull through and keep it moving, baby. And so is Devon. I was like, Lord have mercy. Like they're going to pull through. But Hazel E, she's basically holding it down, and she's not letting the situation that had just happened to her stop her, you know, from moving forward, you know, in the show. So she, you know, she's going to get her full paycheck. They sit down, they talk to Tahiri and ask her about the situation. Like, do you feel okay that Vado's coming through? Blase in the third, so Vado's coming through. And we have Mr. Medina. He's feeling a certain type of way. He was like, Kurupt had the shakes. Kurupt, you know, he was getting the edge. He had the edge on. So basically, it was time for him to go before something else does happen. But they should have thought about this before. They shouldn't have the liquor in the house in the first place. They should have made some accommodations for Kurupt too as well. And they should really found out what was his issues, and before they put him on TV too as well, because now you're gonna take him out the show no matter what. I know he does have problems and it's probably a safety issue, but they can pick him up back and forth from the hotel if they don't want him in the house, make him sign a release form or something like that. But just to throw him out, like, you know, he can't be saved, like, okay, oh, we're gonna offer you rehab and then say goodbye to you at the same time, and then throw your woman out and knowing that she got problems too as well. So to me, I feel like they dropped the ball on the situation. And you know, they wanted to help very very screwed, very small. They really didn't, you know, have the tools, but they do. This is a network. This is a show with money, and Dr. Ish has a rehab facility too as well, where they could implement some of the things that he do at his rehab facility on the show. You brought him here, you might as well take him all the way to the end, and that would have made you guys look better too as well, because now you're throwing him out with all this negativity and he just looks like, you know, he's lost and gone. And so that's the ending picture of Kurupt. No really answer to the situation. So you have, you know, Judge Toller and Dr. Ish basically talking about that Kurupt and Tony, they gotta go. Judge Toller feels that Tony's not growing, she's going backwards. And plus, they're not gonna pay for it if Kurupt is not gonna be there. Kurupt is the main event, and since the main event's not gonna be there, she gotta go. She can't live and sleep and eat there for free, because that house is like a vacation house if you want to be truthful. So it is what it is with that situation. They done kicked Tony out. They done kicked Kurupt out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Chef Disaster. Thank you. And so, you know, it's just like, it's just sad. It's just real sad. Hey, Sunny Storm, what's going on? It's just real sad. And that situation, that Kurupt is ending like this, and there's no resolution for it or any type of help for it. He could have chose to go to rehab, but when you put somebody on the spot like that, and especially, you know, they're jittery, they're nervous, they got the cameras on them, it's hard for them to actually really make a concrete decision. But if you really want help, you just say, you know what, I'm going. And that's it. But it's not that easy, because if you watch Intervention, you know, they have to do a whole lot to get the person ready to go, you know, to a rehab facility. But, you know, we wish Kurupt the best of luck. He talked to the doctor. Kurupt is basically trying to explain that he got up out the house because Tony's this, Tony's that. He already seen the situation that went down with Vado and the situation and Tahiri, and he didn't want that on his back, because Tony, you know, she was acting, she was upset, and, you know, she said she was never going to even, you know, violate, you know, Kurupt space. But he was like, yo, it gave him a reason to say, I don't want to be there no more. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that situation. So it's like, damn, fuck. And he's gone. And so he's gone. He's in the car. They offer him rehab. He's, you know, Dr. Ish was like, we'll bring you right to rehab. Like, you know, he got a ride. He's probably ready to go chill, ready to go do the damn thing. You know what I mean? So boom, he's out the picture. It is what it is. So Kurupt is gone. Tony looks like she's dead on the inside. Yeah. And it also made me believe that Tony might have some issues herself as well. That probably is not, alcohol. She might have some substance issues as far as, Vegas, she might be doing a little bit of, I ain't gonna even say it, but I think she's on something, And so Kurupt basically is gone. He's leaving the house, and it's just like that. He understands it. It is what it is, but I'm pretty sure he didn't come in there like, everything was all good. And when they met him, they thought that everything was solid with him. Especially, doctor, if you're supposed to be, if you own all these different rehab facilities, there should have been some special implements put in for Kurupt with food, with diet, and things like that, and maybe have a separate bedroom too as well, and maybe monitor what his intake was, basically setting the rules, because you can't let somebody run free on the show and then all of a sudden take it away like they're a kid and a child, because they feel embarrassed too as well, even though they need the help. So I think they really miss the picture with Kurupt, and they could have really did something with him, but ultimately it's up to Kurupt can't help himself. He is, so they just let him go. Where do you think he's gonna go? And I was looking at this neighborhood. I don't know if these houses are all stage houses or all film houses in this neighborhood, but imagine if you lived in this neighborhood. I know the houses are kind of far apart and they're big, but would you want to be living next to a place where they're filming a reality TV show? Hell no. But if you think about it, you'd be living in a nice neighborhood or whatever, but there's going to be drama, cameras, all types of stuff going on. So I know the people in the neighborhood always be filing complaints against that house. And so we got Tony. Tony's being told that she got to go. Tony's being told that she got to leave. And she was like, basically she already said that she was going to leave, blase and the third. But I think Tony would have probably stayed, and she probably could have got some help, if they could have helped her with her issues. Therefore, when she go home with her kids, she can be a better woman, a better parent, or maybe learn something from the situation. But ultimately, Tony's going back home to her kids. I don't know if, I don't know if her and Kurupt hooked up after that. I would assume so, if they were really in a relationship and they really got, they probably did hook up or whatever, but she's going back home. So where does Kurupt live? Does Kurupt live in California? Was they living together? Like, it's so much answers. There's so many questions that's not being answered. And do they live together? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening with this situation? So hopefully she go back to her kids, and she's being told that she got to go. And she just looks like, she's at her wit's ends. And I don't think they thought it out too well of being on this show. If they even talked about it or discussed the situation of his drinking, somebody probably should have said no, but hopefully they got their full check. At least I hope they got their full check. I hope they got their money. Because, she came there with Kurupt. She was his partner. And then she also said that she had issues too as well. If they can't help him, they could have helped his partner, just off of GP, just off of being, having the means to help this woman. Why not? And especially if she's already there. You already was, gonna pay for her room and board. Hey, Pamela, what's going on? So Vado is coming back. Vado's in here flossing his sneakers. His sneaker game is on point. So Vado, he's back. He wrote this apology. He's coming in the house, and we find out that he grew up in a house with domestic issues too as well. And he talked to his mother. His mother said, "That's not you. What made you do it?" And then he said, "Mom, this is what made me do it." Mom said that is not a good excuse. So basically, Vado thought that he would never be at the place that he's at now, but he grew up in a house watching his mother and his father go at it. And he was put into that situation. So he's back. He is back in the building. And then with Tony and Kurupt, they are gone, and there's no resolution to the situation, and there's a lot of questions, but they're never going to be answered. And so it took Scheper for many days to discover Kurupt hasn't. It took Scheper the many days. I know. And so right now we have Mrs. Shonda's here, and Shonda got daddy issues. She got father's issues. And, she wanted to sing, and her father didn't support her. He didn't validate her. And basically, she found a man that is just like her father. She has insecurities because she never felt like she was good enough. She never felt like, she was actually worth it. And she never believed in herself because, she wanted, as a kid, she needed the validation from the people that are close to her and the people that raised her, which is her mom and her father. And she didn't get it from her father, and she really wanted it. And so therefore, probably one of the reasons, since she wasn't nurtured, she didn't actually go singing like she really wanted to. And her father really didn't, say that, oh, you're a good singer. And then now she got with Willie, and Willie's career was more important than her career. So basically she settled, to be a house mother, to have kids and to be married and go through all this situation with Willie, because in her childhood she was never validated. And no one ever tried to develop her talents. And then she got with Willie. Willie was focusing on his talent because he knew what he wanted to do. And she was too insecure to actually do what she wanted to do because of her childhood. So, Shonda. And then Willie cannot live up to his grandfather's standards. And, Willie shit seems like, bull crap. So Willie could not live up to his grandfather's standards because his grandfather owned the whole block. His grandfather did this, and he's basically kind of like disappointing himself because he is not the man that his grandfather is. So that's a problem, and that's a situation too as well with him. And I think some of it might be a little bit true when it comes to the part as Willie being a young man. Willie and, Shonda got married at a young age together. So a lot of black people don't get married that we know of. And, they say the highest rate is an African American or foundational black or ADOS, don't get married. And so for Willie to get married and have a family at a young age, even though he cheated, you can tell that the values was stored in him to have a family and be married, because guys go forever with being single. Some women go forever being single. So that it was important for him to get married. That was a rite of passage and his, growing up and his belief too as well, in my opinion. So there go Willie doing it. And then we got Phaedra, and we got Phaedra with this situation. Phaedra, in her situation, she grew up with racism. And basically her grandfather looked Caucasian, and she did not look Caucasian, as we can see. So therefore, she had to face them issues where she wasn't accepted in the community, and people say, who is that black child with you? But they used very vulgar words back then. So she always felt like she had to be better, do better, and always put on this show that she's just as good as the Caucasians. And so we can see some of that behavior with Phaedra throughout, her time on TV, as far as not telling people when she actually got pregnant, because she wanted to make sure the world knew that she didn't have a child out of wedlock and things like that. And she didn't really want to let people know what was going on with her and Apollo. She kind of didn't speak on it. And, she put that image on that everything is good. But in order for Phaedra and Apollo to live that life that they was living lavishly on Real Housewives of Atlanta, somebody had to be doing something underhand. But ultimately, Phaedra's childhood is better than everybody else's childhood. So Phaedra and Devon got the best childhoods, if out of the show, if you believe anything that they're saying, because this season seemed more scripted and they really had like things to follow. And I don't think Tony and Kurupt could follow the script of what they wanted them to do as far as the producers. So we have Hazel E, and she watched her mother go from one bad relationship to the next where it was physical, and she tried to help her mother, and one of them instance, and her nose got broken. And that's a hard situation to deal with, and that's something that is tragic, because as a kid, having an adult do that to you, and it was supposed to be somebody that's supposed to protect you and love you, and you're helping your mother, but she continues to go into that type of situations. So we understand why why Hazel E chose a younger man, someone that basically she can try to mold to the man that she wants to be, and she can be dominant, and she can have control over him as far as if it comes to money, and if it comes to age and knowledge and wisdom. So, it is what it is. So Hazel E, but she's so Hazel E and Devon is over here, cracking up, talking about that they're over here cracking up, and Hazel E was like, yo, listen, I don't really want to talk about my childhood and this and that, who wants to go all the way back that far. And then Devon said, I don't really have a problem with my childhood. And she said, because your childhood wasn't really that long ago. Lord have mercy. Help these people. Yes, that's the reason why you with him, is because he's young. Where all the clout Hazel E's talking about? Well, first of all, he's on a TV show. He's on Marriage Boot Camp. If he wasn't with her, we would not know his name. For real, for real. We would not know nothing about him. His Instagram is popping. He probably gonna have a fans only page. And these celebrities are really making a lot of money off a fans only page and stuff like that. So you already know. So Devon childhood was basically, he was spoiled, but once his stepfather left, it really hurt him, because that gave him an abandonment issue, that he's left, he's gone. And so he tortured his mother for that, and his mother tried to make up for the stepfather being gone by spoiling him and giving him everything that he has, and trying to make him happy, because she felt like she failed her son because she couldn't keep a relationship together. So that's a lot of generational curses going on, generational, travesty being passed on and passed on. So now he's spoiled, he's rotten, and he want a woman to take care of him. He's not really fending for himself, and that's part of his storyline. And he want a woman like his mother, so so Hazel E is like his mother, baby. Ugh, that don't even sound right. And so we got Tahiri. Tahiri's situation is, her father was either the plug, the connect, or a kingpin. And basically that fast lifestyle, that fast money, everything that she wanted, everything that she had, but she didn't get the one thing that she wanted, was from her father to tell her that he loves her and actually show her how to pick a man, number one, and what kind of man to pick. And also, he just wasn't there for her, and she wanted her father to actually tell her about, you can be educated, like everything didn't have to be the streets. She didn't have to date the next, connect, or the next street boy. So it is what it is with that situation. So, her father was the plug. And then Vado, he had a situation where his stepfather was, got into an altercation with the Popos. And you know what the Popos did to a black man back in that day? They didn't have you talking about filming, recording, or anybody hashtagging or saying anything about what happened. The New York police had free round to do anything. The New York police back then was even worse than what they are now, where they were actually the thugs. So they got his stepfather, and they deported him, took everything that he had, and they ate off that money. They ate off his plate, and then they booked him. And then his stepfather was going into the house to defend himself because he was old school Jamaican. Well, he went in the house to go get the tool to go at the Popos, and Vado mother stopped him. So he's seen a lot of tragic shit too as well. And Blase the third, everything that a lot of people go through. Willie told us that three times Willie was a lick. So 3 times Willie was held up. And the reason, and then you can understand why he was held up, hey New Sky, is because he was in what? Chicago, Chirac. So, sometimes, and some cities and some neighborhoods, it's so dangerous where being held up or somebody taking food off your plate is like a rite to passage. And that's really sad. So basically, you know what? You got to be a good parent and take care of your kids and protect your kids and do the best for your kids. No matter what neighborhood you live in, you got to show them that love, that protection, and say that there's a way out. I'm going to help you get out too as well. But some parents are so busy trying to pay that high ass rent and that high ass property tax and them taxes, insurance, and everything else like that, that they don't even got time to spend with their kids and be the parents that they want to be, because a lot of wealth that they were supposed to have was taken away. We didn't get our 40 acres and a mule. There's a lot of us that have generational, where we have family members, where we have, ancestors that discovered and built things, and they reap no benefits for it. So, it's one of them situations. So Willie, it's tough. Tahiri was in the crib, baby, with her family, and somebody came and tore the place up. and everybody was down on the ground. Everybody was hiding. You know, they came in because her father was the plug. Her father was a kingpin. That's what it seemed like. And people came in to get what they needed to get. And that's crazy to grow up in that type of situation. But back then, that was one of the ways that people thought that they can have power and a way out. And also, don't forget, the government put the material and the things in our community, because no black people were shipping and bringing things over with boats or anything else like that. The government dropped the stuff off, made it, put it in our community, and even the Italian mob put it in our community too as well. They didn't want it in their community, so therefore, you know, a lot of kids grew up like Tahiri. Moving on from that situation, Vado's back. He's next to Tahiri. It's awkward. It's weird because it feels like Tahiri and Vado, basically with this situation, is that this shit wasn't supposed to go that far. Tahiri, and it's supposed to happen. They were supposed to be there, chummy chum, a little here, a little there, but it went way off scales, and now their friendship is really being tested at this time. So it's one of them situations. Lord have mercy. Tahiri's crying because her father wasn't there for her, and basically he never told her that she could be somebody else other than being in the street. And she is sad, baby. They all had, like, this episode is like a sad episode. This is not like a key episode. This is just like really, this is just one of them episodes where, like, it's just sad. It's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can say. It's just really sad, and it's heart-wrenching. And, you know, a lot of people go through this situation, but for them to be on the show, they came somewhere. Only person that's really down and out is Kurupt, in my opinion. So Vado basically, you know, the only way to... He messed up. He got locked up, and basically he don't want to choose that life. He had to go the hard route, the hard road, because his role models was the people out here, you know, being the corner boys, you know, the connect, the kingpin, the plug. You know, it is what it is. And so that he went after that route, but he also did try to change too as well, and try to make money and legitimate money through rap music. And also with his apology to Tahiri, and he rapped on the show, you know, in the beginning. Vado's a good rapper. It's just like, why didn't he ever blow? But we know certain people are designed to blow up in the music business and make money, and certain people are not. And it's just one of them situations. And we have, you know, Shonda, the daddy issues, and picking Willie just like her father, having the insecurities. Nobody ever flourished her singing voice. She always wanted to sing, but nobody ever encouraged her or anything else like that. So boom, bada bing. Willie, you know, he couldn't stand up and be the man, could be a better man than his grandfather, or even come close to his grandfather. So he decided to run the streets, chill, do all the stuff that he's doing, because it seems like back then maybe his grandfather was into church, and you supposed to stay faithful to your woman, at least not have 12 affairs. And then we get to Mr. Devon, and Devon's situation is he's spoiled, he's rotten, and he want a woman to take care of him, and he don't give a damn. And Hazel is his meal ticket, and Hazel is letting him ride around in a Reef or whatever car that she got, that she's been bragging about, the Bentley or whatever. And he believes that he should be taken care of because he's been put on a pedestal of being spoiled, and he should get whatever he wants from a woman because his mother done gave it to him. So Hazel E is his second mother. So Hazel E is raising 2 kids, and that's what he think it is, baby. I was like, Lord have mercy. But the thing about it is, they had a light-skinned kid play, you know, Devon, but it's like they purposely chose a dark-skinned, you know, young girl to play Hazel E, because, you know, Hazel E, the rumors and everything else, and her being on TV with the colorist issues too as well. And, you know, she handled that pretty well. Hazel E is definitely the sugar mama. And Medina, he got problems because he grew up in a terrible childhood, and his mother has schizophrenia, and then basically she was going to, you know, profit off of giving one of her children away, or trying to get money from one of her children because she had mental issues. Some people say his story is true. I have other people that are connected to Medina basically saying that everything that Medina's saying is a lie, and he grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. But Medina is actually saying that he was homeless. He lived from place to place because his mother got taken away and she was put into a mental institution. And so therefore, you know, his life was hectic. And now he's with Phaedra, and Phaedra got the issues with race. So it is what it is. I was like, Lord have mercy. And so, and Hazel E not being protected and having control because of her mother. She saw her mother as weak. She saw her mother as someone that was a doormat. She's trying not to be that, but she is that in a certain way, in certain relationships. She still doesn't have all that much control because she's actually doing things that she don't want to do. She don't want to take care of no man. She wants it to probably be 50-50, and it's not that. So, so she's still in a predicament where she is weak because she had to pick a man that, his looks and, he has good, his eggs really work. So, she got pregnant. She was in fearing of not being able to get pregnant. But, his troopers them swammed up there and they got a baby. And so with this situation, but Hazel E is still kind of weak. She's still like her mother because she's settling. So it is what it is. I was like, she's still settling. That's why she's always complaining about him not having money, because at a point, you want someone, unless you are a multi-millionaire, then it's okay for your partner not to have anything. But she's thinking that she's going to build him up to be some type of model. So we'll see. And Hazel E and her man was calling out Shonda and Willie, talking about they were doing the most, and it was exaggerating, their feelings. I was like, y'all are wild for this shit. Phaedra Medina needs to reimburse WeTV. And here comes Judge Tola basically telling them, you got to change on your own. You got to make some decisions. And Vado gives a nice little apology to Tahiri, which was popping. And the way he wrote that apology was on point. So you can definitely tell that he put a lot of work into his craft of being a rapper. And he's really a very skillful rapper too as well. He's not a commercial. He's not mush mouth rapper. He's a real rapper. And, real rappers don't really exist these days. And so Hazel E is over here teasing Devon. Oh, you think I'm gonna be your sugar mama? Well, I need to get a man, that worked for his. And he was like, well, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. Do what you want to do. She was like, what? You don't want me no more? You trying to throw me on the streets? You trying to get rid of me? Then Devon said to he said this to Hazel E. I died. He said to Hazel E, he said, you're gonna be single over there like your girlfriend. And he said to Harry, I was like, Lord have mercy. Yes, he did. He apologized and in a hip hop way to Tahiri. He apologized to her in hip hop, hip hop. What hip hop man do? That rap was really good. Like, it was on point. And so I was like, Devon was like, you gonna end up being single just like Tahiri. You wanna be about it, yelling and screaming and acting a fool. You're gonna be just like her, alone. I was like, oh, Devon, you are wrong for that. And so we got Vado basically saying, I learned my lesson. I'm learning a lot. I'm a different man. Poor thing. He got on this show and the shit done went crazy. So basically that's it. I was like, damn. This episode was one of them episodes that was just, when you hear about other people's childhoods and what they went through and their sacrifices, if it's not real or not, they basically used, the production and the producers could have used different stories that they know about people and say, act this out. But it's a serious situation. It's nothing that you can really kiki, laugh about, have a good time, blase and the third. The shit was just all tragic. So that was really it with this episode. So we'll find out what happened with. Oh, we're gonna see. Oh my goodness, Tory Lanez is gonna be. Thank you so much, Chef Disaster, for becoming a member. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Sherry, Norris, Cam, Pamela, Ralph, Sunny Storm, Miss Woods, thank you. Sanders, thank you for coming through. I really do appreciate that. Certainly, Cece, I don't like that you are sending unwanted emails and notification. I never subscribe, you hacker. Okay, now we got crazy people. You talk about crazy shit, you get crazy shit on the show. You get crazy shit in your email. You get, crazy people in your chat. But anyways, like, it's a sad situation. It's nothing but strife, sadness, and all this other stuff. And if it's not their stories, they use somebody else's story. Somebody could relate to it. So it's not really nothing that. So the next episode is going to be better because they're going to take lie detector tests. We're going to find out if Devon is actually using Hazel E. You know, going to find out if Willie's actually being faithful, you know, with that situation. And then I guess with Tahiri really likes Vado. She's really attracted to him. She really want to be with him. And is Vado, you know, really in a relationship with his children's mother? And does he really want to be with his children's mother? So we'll see what kind of questions they ask on a lie detector test for next week. But this episode was like one of these episodes where you be like, okay, I didn't watch TV for the shit to get sad. Hey, what's up? The Michael Carter Show. What's going on? So that's basically it. If anybody want to call in, let me know. We'll do the phone lines for like 5 minutes or whatever. So if anybody want to call in, let me know. If not, we gonna say sayonara. And like Megan, this shit with Megan is crazy. Megan done came out and told the world that, hey, listen, Tory is the one that did it. She said Tory did it. She said Tory did it. All the police need to do is take that video and go get Tory Lanez. So I wonder if Tory Lanez is already behind them boys already. Yes, please like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. You just go to the channel, the main channel, and you just click join, and you can become a member to the channel. So when you go into my regular YouTube page, you click join, and you can become a member. Like, damn, like this shit is sad. I mean, this show is just really sad. And then Megan's just like, yo, listen, Tory did it. Tory did it. I was like, Lord have mercy. Okay, so let me show you guys. So basically, you just go to my main page. Let me see if I can move this over. You just go to my main YouTube page, and then you can click on join. And that's how you become a member. And I have a lot of interviews set up. Like I have the Little Kim interview. I have the interview with actually Medina's people set up too as well. I'm going to release them videos, and it's going to be members only with that information too as well. Cause it's like, there's a lot of interviews. I do have a lot of interviews from Growing Up Hip Hop. I do have from, you know, cast members where I never release them because they end up getting shaky. They end up getting scared. So I'm going to release them to a lot of the videos to my, whoever joins the channel. I'm going to release the videos, put the link on my community wall, and then let you guys know. And then boom, you can check on the videos and stuff like that. And then a lot of behind the scene things too as well. I'm going to add, you know, to the members only. And then I'm going to be sharing some of my social media to people, like what some of my other social media accounts got large numbers where, you know, you get shout outs on that, and then actually giving you exposure to other platforms and things like that. So yes, so become a member, join the channel. We have a lot of things in store too as well. Thank you, Chef Disaster, for joining. I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So I'm gonna be releasing a lot of them videos. There's a lot of behind the scenes. There's some interviews with people that I have that you guys are gonna be crazy. That it went so crazy where it's just too embarrassing to actually, you know, I wouldn't want to put anybody else out there like that. Like if I was like crazy for like views or wanted, you know, clout like that, I release these videos and be like, these interviews and be like, what's up? So I think I'm just going to release them to, you know, people that actually, you know, join the channel, the members group, so I can show them videos so they can know what I be doing out here in these streets, baby. For real, for real. So please join. You're gonna get your money's worth, baby. You're gonna get your money's worth, because there's so many interviews I just didn't even, and you're gonna be shocked. But they all chickened out, so they can't say nothing if I do it with members only. They can't with my members here, and you know what I mean. It's not like it's gonna be exposed to everybody, because I can understand where you want to. They opened up and shared a whole lot, so. And I don't know if they was feeling the liquor, they was feeling the trees, but they was basically sharing. I was like, what, for real? And I guess the next day they talked to their people and it was like, nah, this is not a good look. So that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't put them out. But I'm gonna put them out on. I'm gonna put them out. That's gonna be the tea, that exclusive information that people that join my YouTube channel, as far as being a part of the members, you'll get private videos that I'm gonna put out. So we don't have any phone calls. Nobody's calling in. Guys, thank you so much for coming through and spending your time. Oh, that's Megan. Megan, yeah. At the beginning of the video, you're going to see the whole video of Megan Thee Stallion basically saying, Tory did it. Tory did it. I wasn't going to say nothing, but now I'm going to say it. Think about it. Like, Lord, like, yeah, that is a crazy situation. Yeah, I don't, try again. I don't know. I may have turned it down. So, yep, that's basically it. That's it, my peeps, my peoples. Try to call back again and see if it comes through. But other than that, we're going to say sayonara, baby. Yes. Megan said Tory did. I was like, oh shit, it took her this long. Something happened where she was just like, yo, I'm telling. So what did he do? I gotta find out what Tory did. Was it really the blogs that put all this pressure on Megan to tell? Was it people coming into her Instagram page? She done dropped a video to tell people that she was really hurt. It's like, damn, and now she just came. She said, Tory did it. I'm tired of protecting you. Tory did it. Tory did it. I was like, Lord, have mercy. I was like, Lord have mercy. Hey, what's up? Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Norris from Plant.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, this episode, I think this was a good episode. I like this episode. You know, it's sad, but it's still a good one. Because we got to know more about who they are as people and about their past and why they, you know, like how they past has played into who they are now. You know, it's people. Because we've been wondering, I know some people been wondering, like, how did they grow up? Why are they the way they are? Why they do the things that they do? See, and I always say in my videos, a lot of times I have said that, you know, people are the way they are because of the way they was you know, because of their upbringing, basically. How they was raised and what they saw when they was younger, and you know, they can't shake that. Once something is in you, and you grow up seeing it, it's in you, and it's hard for you to get rid of unless you get therapy, unless you get help. But you know, I'm gonna do a little rundown on the people.
Yeah, when you do the rundown, just try to be very careful and not describing the situations that they actually went through. Try to use code words. Try to use code words because their situation is not friendly. You know what I mean? It's deep.
Oh no, I'm not gonna talk about what they passed and nothing like that. I was just saying that's why I like the episode. I'm not gonna say nothing about their past. I'm just gonna say, you know, well, I'm glad that Kurupt, you know, left the house. I just didn't think that house was the right situation for him. You know, I wish they could have helped Tony, though. I wish they could have helped her. I think they could have helped her. You know, definitely deal with her issues and problems. And maybe if they would have helped her, then she could have maybe been a better example for her kids. But I think that her and Kurupt needed to be finished as soon as they left that house. You know, Phaedra, on the other hand, you know, I like Phaedra, but I still think, you know, she really don't. This show is just not right for her either. You know, it's like it's out of the element for her. You know, she don't need it. To me, she don't need this show as bad as the other people do. I just, you know, in Medina, I'm glad he opened up. You know, I'm happy about that. We got to know more about him. And, you know, Willie and Shonda, you know, hopefully now that they know about each other's issues and they opened up, maybe that'll help them grow as a married couple. I'm hoping maybe, you know, I think that they should get help outside this show, so because they got a lot of stuff to work through. I don't think this show is quite enough for them, you know, especially with all the cheating and everything that has happened. and stuff like that. I mean, this show is just a stepping stone, but I still think they need a little bit more therapy, if you ask me. But I hope that they can get through their issues and problems and work out. And, Hazel and Devon, Hazel, just like I thought, he might end up using her after all, getting all he wants from her and then kicking her to the curb. Little spoiled brat.
He's definitely gonna find somebody richer.
Yeah, he gonna kick her to the curb because, like I said, he just using her, just like I always thought. I never really, made a claim on it, but I'm like, come on now. I know he using her. And that baby ain't gonna keep him around, girl, forever. So, I think she gonna have probably full custody of that baby, but at the same time, he gonna kick her to the curb and go use somebody else. But hopefully he don't get a baby by nobody else until he, grow up and, be ready to be a father. Because I just don't think he's that ready to be no dad. Yeah, he think he is, but, he's too spoiled. He's too spoiled. He not a man that can stand on his own, that's standing on his own and taking care of himself. Like, he not established. Because like he said, he need a woman to take care of him. So he to me, I just don't think that that's a father figure. I just don't think that a person like that should be a father. At least not right now until he changed his mindset. And then let me see. One more. And Vado and Tahiri. Well, I'm glad that they got it. I'm glad that he gave her that apology. I'm glad. But I think it was real. I think it was sincere. But I think she needs to apologize to him too. And own up to what she did too. I don't think it's all his fault. So she should apologize to him as well. I think that can help their situation, but as far as them being a couple again, I just don't think so. I think after that altercation, I just don't see them being no couple, because what if that happened again? That could happen again. Something like that happening once, it can happen again. So that's what I think. And then Megan, I'm glad that Megan finally spoke up.
Do you think she's a snitch? Now people calling her a snitch. You think she's a snitch? Because they're saying, oh, you rapped about street music, you rapped about being tough, and now you snitching. Why you let the blogs pressure you? I think that's so wrong, but that's what people are saying. A lot of guys are saying that, oh, why you say something? You said you wasn't going to say nothing, then why you say something? And so I'm hearing a lot of guys basically getting at Megan. They're calling her Tekashi 2.0. They're calling Megan Tekashi 2.0.
Nah, no, because
Good night, Sanders.
Like you say, she got shot. I mean, she got hurt, injured. How is she a snitch for that? I think that she should have been saying something, but I'm glad that she didn't wait a year and beyond, to say anything. Like how some people be waiting for years before they talk. I'm glad she didn't wait that long, but still, she should have said something sooner, but I'm glad she said something now. And old boy needs to, pay for what he did. To commit the crime, you got to do the time. You know what I'm saying? You should have thought about what you was doing before you did it. That was unnecessary. That shouldn't have happened. That could have been avoided. But I don't think she is dead because she got hurt.
She got hurt. She's a victim. And they was in a relationship, so it's different. And she's, a millionaire. She ain't living in the hood. She ain't doing,
No, what Tekashi did was different. He was involved with them guys. He did the crime with them, and he didn't want to do the time with them. So that's why he did what he did. It's like if you rob a bank, and if I was a part of it, it's like if one person go down, everybody should go down. So what he did, he was too scared to do the time. So that's probably why he did what he did. So I think that's a different story. You know, because he was involved in all that stuff that was going on, but her, she a different story. Plus, that's a woman. How can you call a woman a snitch when she the one got hurt? She the victim. These dudes need to get out their feelings. Because I'm sure if they was her, they probably would tell too. You know, especially if they got shot or got hurt like that, they would tell, or either they would get revenge. So they would do something. But I think she's too nice though for trying to help him. Like, I wouldn't try to help nobody. I wouldn't try to save nobody if they shot me or hurt me like that. Should I say? I wouldn't try to save you. I would tell. I would, you know, want you to pay for the crime. You did it, you have to pay the suffer the consequences. I wouldn't try to protect you. You know,
Facts.
But I think when you pull a weapon on me or try to use it or hurt me, that seems to me, that lets me know that you're trying to hurt me or that you're going to do something. Because that's not a joke. I don't take nothing like that lightly, so that's a threat to me and my safety. So I wouldn't keep quiet. Oh, did you Bridezilla? Have you watched that?
No.
Oh, okay, because I was gonna say the woman we dragged the other night.
I know.
She's gonna be the new host.
She's on. Yeah, she's on the commercials. She's on the commercials. She's gonna be on Bridezilla.
I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if she be on there with
that man of hers.
Spoiled milk. That's what that 2 gallons of spoiled milk. That's what he looked like. Oh, skunk.
Damn shame.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. I wonder how she's gonna act on that show. She gonna act like she better than everybody or what?
She probably not. She probably gonna be professional. But
we'll see.
What my grandma always say, catch a sucker, bump his head. And, you know, she gonna be the sucker that man gonna catch and bump on the head if they get married and without no prenup and he leave her and take half of everything. She gonna be the sucker. But yeah, like I said, I'm still disappointed in her for what she did, but it is what it is. But I guess that's all I have.
All right.
I'm gonna hold you up.
No problem. Thank you, Tony. Have a good one. Peace.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you. Ralph, those men are messy. So yeah, that's the situation. So I don't know what's going on with Tory. I don't know how long it's going to take the LAPD to go get Tory, but the evidence is out there. The world knows, you know, TMZ is the popos. So therefore, TMZ got the video. It's all over Twitter. And basically, Megan said, "You did it, Tory. You did it, Tory." And so basically, she done dropped the bean. She done dropped the bag. It took her a minute, but I guess she, you know, felt like I ain't protecting you no more. People coming at me, talking about me. I'm getting dogged out. I'm getting played out. People making fun of me. People calling me a liar. I'm taking all this. I'm taking all that. And so therefore, you know, she's walking away from the situation. If you want to be honest, you know, the blogs got to her. Good night, Pamela. The blogs got to her, straight up and down. The blogs definitely got to her, and all that negative energy got to her because she didn't even get a chance to enjoy, you know, being the number one, having a number one song, and actually having that number one song WAP actually make history and have the most streams in the first week ever. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, this is Cardi B's fourth number one. So therefore, with that situation, it's like, yo, she can't even enjoy because people ain't even, you know, Cardi B's enjoying it, but she's just being dragged. She's just being dragged and dragged. And then on top of that, she's given in by responding to people. When people say she wasn't injured, she had to post the pictures and record it and load it up to the blog. She had to keep talking, you know, just to prove herself. And it's just like, damn, one day she's gonna get on that level where she's on that Beyonce shit and don't respond to the blogs. Thank you so much, Tony, and thank you for calling in. I do appreciate it. So she gonna get, but You know, it's good for her that she finally got it off her chest. People are still going to judge her. And they still judging her, calling her names and saying, oh, I thought you wasn't going to say that. Now you... So no matter which way that she went, she can't win. So the best thing for her to do is do what's important, what makes her feel better, and do she want justice? And it seems like she wants justice because she said Tory did it. So therefore, she's getting the justice that she wants, and she's bringing Tory Lanez down for what he did, his behavior, his action, because Megan said that she got off the car and she started walking. He should have drove off and kept going. He had a driver. There was 4 people. It was 4 people in that car. He could have just kept going. You know, the driver could have just kept going. Just drive off. Leave her there. You know, let her be. She was 5 minutes from my home. She'll get there. She'll be all right. Nobody was going to mess with her. So, you know, now that faithful decision that he made, because he felt a certain type of way, whatever they were arguing about, that's what we want to know, what they were arguing about. She said it wasn't over Kylie Jenner. It wasn't over no other girl. Then what was it over? Now you got to tell us what you guys was arguing over. So basically, it is what it is. Tory Lanez should be picked up at any time. At any time. And you know the police is going to be happy to bring him in because he is a celebrity. He had the highest streams on, you know, Instagram when he was doing quarantine radio. And, you know, a lot of, they like to, you know, make their, you know, bones off of celebrity, especially getting arrested, especially black ones. So therefore, don't worry, the popos is probably already at Tory's house. Tory's already being picked up. They're going to charge him here first, make him pay the criminal justice system here, and then probably deport him. You know, there's always an action for a reaction for a behavior. That fateful night, he made a decision. She said she got out the car and she started walking. He should have let her walk. He should have let her go. He should have been able to control himself. He did some goofy, dumb shit. You don't do that in Hollywood. You don't do that down the street from Kylie Jenner's pad. You guys in a whole different neighborhood. There's cameras everywhere. It was going to be a matter of time before they come with the information. But they browbeat Megan so much in the media that she was just like, yo, listen, Tory did it. You know. And he didn't say, I haven't heard Tory spoke, but Megan said that his people have been going to the blogs. And that could be possible, but people make up stories every day. Like, why you ain't saying nothing? You know, there's a story out here saying that Megan was supposed to be getting paid from Tory. So that's why she didn't say nothing. Megan's still in love with Tory. That's why she didn't say nothing. Oh, Tory did this to somebody else. He did this to somebody else before. He's going to do it again. Megan, speak up. I thought you were supposed to be for women empowerment. So now she's saying, you know, people always trying to accuse black women of being loud and being all this other stuff. I didn't do nothing to deserve what happened. You know, support me. So it's gonna be, ooh Lord, it's gonna be off the chain. But hopefully she gave somebody else courage to speak up about their situation. Because after watching this episode, knowing what these people in their childhood went through, maybe somebody else can get out of a bad situation, a bad relationship, especially if the kids are watching. Because whatever you expose your kids to is something that can actually follow them for the rest of their life, where they can make bad decisions because of their childhood. So you want to basically make sure that your kid have the best childhood, and everything is explain to the kid what happens, how this happened. Explain to your children, talk to them, because if not, they're gonna grow up thinking they're less than, or this situation happened and not having any resolution. And so when they get to adults, they fumble the ball. They fumble because their childhood comes back up. So it's a sad situation. It's messy. So he just started, well, they were arguing. She said she didn't put no hands on him. So now what was the argument about? But a lot of people are saying that they may have had something extra in their system. Very extra. Read all about it. And if you go check out some of my other videos, DJ Academic says that they had something extra in their system. But he made it clear that Kylie Jenner didn't have anything in her system. So therefore it was more than just any tree or any drank. Definitely. And but still, you don't do that. Like, this is not Amy from down the street. This is Meg. She's a star. She goes to the hospital for wounds. You already know there's going to be an investigation. The blogs are going to go crazy. And you as a person, what about your career? What about what you're trying to do? And then you do some dumb shit like that. Like, you dumb. Like, you dumb. Like, come on. Like, you got to have some type of self-control. That's why self-control is very important, because when you don't have self-control, when you can't think, when you're angry, when you mad, you can't piece out a whole situation. When you can't piece out, you know what, if I do this happens in your head in a split second, you can actually mess up your life for the rest of your life. You got to be able to calm yourself down and actually make a profound decision about what you choose to do, because the next move could be your last move. Tory got money, whatever, but all that shit's gonna dry out. Everything he's gonna have to fight. He got 2 court cases he is going to have to fight. That's number 1. He's probably gonna try to fight being deported too as well. He's probably working on his citizenship while this whole thing was going on. And who's gonna want to stand next to a dude that pulls out on a woman? Like, come on, like, that doesn't make you tough. That doesn't make you cool. It makes you look stupid. It makes you look dumb. Like, you got this opportunity. You was able to make it. You was able to actually get companies and brands and get contracts behind you, record deals, and you throw all that shit away. Like, people don't understand how blessed they are sometimes, and they lose it. So when you don't understand your blessings and where you at and where people want to be, you end up messing up. And he messed up. He messed up royally, and he shouldn't have did that. He should have had some type of self-control or some type of wit about himself where he can actually calm himself for a second and drive off. But no, he chose to pull out on a woman. Is that on a woman? Like, damn. You don't get no points for that. You don't get no points. You don't look cool. You don't look tough. Nobody admires you for doing that. And if they do, they're crazy. That don't make no sense whatsoever. So that's the end of the review, guys. It's mixed with Megan. So I'm going to call it a night. There's no more phone calls. You guys, thank you so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it. You guys have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out. Much love to all you. Hey, what's up, Jane?